Hello everybody, it is me the Queen Toadette here, and today I want to do a tier list. But not just any tier list, a Mario Party RPG tier list. Now if you don't know what Mario Party RPG is, basically it is a gimmick that me and the team have created, and we have an entire Discord, so if you want to check it out, link is in the description. But yeah, I asked the community to give me their tier list, and I'm going to be doing mine first, because my opinion is the only correct one, as we all know. So let's get into it. First up, we have the Villager. The Villager is just normal Mario Party, where your only goal is to get first place, and you can play however you want. But this just being the ordinary way to play, and with a bunch of other roles, it goes in solid C tier, because it's not great, but it's Villager, so you can't really, it's just normal Mario Party, so you don't do anything. Next is the Copycat, which you will get a random player as a target, and you copy their role, and you must do their goal as well as them trying to do it. So you could be Villager. You could both be trying to get first, and only one of you will win. Now, Copycat is a really good role, and of course it only depends on what role you get. So it's kind of a mystery what you'll get, but you know someone else's role, and you know they'll be doing the same thing as you. And for that, it brings a little competition, again depending on the role. So I'm going to put this in a nice A tier. Next up, we have the Angel. The Angel gets a random target, and they must hope their target win, no matter what their target is. However, if there is a demon in the game, then the Angel and Demon will compete in a 1v1, where basically whoever is above each other in the ranking will win. So as long as a demon is below the angel wins, and vice versa. But if there's no demon, you'll just get a target, knowing their role, and you must help them win. And you both share the win. This is a really good role, I will say. It's not biased because, you know, I came up with the idea of just doing the reverse of demon. I know, it's crazy. But honestly, this role is just really fun, and it makes me feel good knowing that I can help somebody win. Also, I kind of forgot to turn off Steam notifications. But anyway, Angel will be going in the peak of RPG, because I just like the role. I swear I'm not biased, it's just I actually like it. Before I continue, I am going to turn off my Steam notifications. So next up, we have the Show Off role. This role requires you to get all the crowns at the end of the game. So, for example, you have to get the most blue space, you have to get the most stars overall, you have to get the most coins, you have to land on the most bank spaces, etc, etc. However, there are a few crowns that can minus your score, and you must get the most out of everybody. So like, if you spam the most stickers, that will be -1 crown, that'll be added to your total. Obviously, it applies for everybody else as well, but they don't know your Show Off, unless they have a role that can tell you your role. So, Show Off, I have to put this in a solid A tier, just above Copycat, because it is definitely a very situational role, and you just gotta be lucky, basically, with most of the game, because you have to land in certain spaces. So it does require a little bit of luck, but other than that, it's a really fun role. Next is the Treasurer, which is the only goal is to get the most coins out of everybody else in the game. Not the most total coins, but just the most coins at the end. One little quirk is that they must steal a star and must buy a star if they can. So you can just choose them away from the booze or the stars, but if you ever get to them and you have enough coins, you must steal or buy a star. This role is not very good. Because you only go for coins, it is very easy to win with, even with the extra stuff added on. So for that, I'd put it in a D tier. Next is the Assassin, which only goal is to bring someone to last place no matter what. This one is a very funny role. If you get it... So, Assassin. Bring somebody to last place. This is quite a devious role, if I say so myself. I do find this role to be quite enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, other than that, I'd put it in a B tier. Because it's quite an easy role, but it's still a fun one. Next is the Knight, which is the exact opposite of the Assassin, where you have to bring someone to first place no matter what. This one I'd say is a little bit harder, even though most of the roles do require you to hopefully get first place for your target, I mean. But it's definitely still as hard to try and bring somebody up to first place, especially if they're the Jester, which we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I have to put this in a C tier above Villager. No, I'll put it in B tier since they're basically the same, but Assassin is definitely better in my opinion. Next is the Priest, which you do get to know somebody's role, but that's just kind of it. Your goal is to get first place and you cannot be toxic whatsoever. You can't, I mean you can swear, but like, not other people. You can't use certain items like the trump call, and yeah. This role is kind of hated throughout the community because, oh, I have to be nice and I have to not use certain items while getting first. But I mean, you know somebody's role. Yeah, it's a D tier. Next is the Tamer, which has certain item restrictions and only requires you to place higher above your random target. So your target can be in third place, but as long as you're in second or first, you win. But yeah, you do have an item restriction. This role is it's okay. I won't lie, I don't really enjoy playing this role because the role or the item choices are a bit like eh. But it definitely makes sense. So yeah, Tamer, I'd have to put in like a C tier, honestly below Villager. I'd rather get Villager than Tamer, but yeah. Next is the Sucker, which this role. So, as the Sucker, you just need to get first place. However, to help you with that, you do have some little tricks up your sleeve. For one, you can so you can only do this once a game, but you can choose a person to either make them throw the minigame or make them use an item, and this will carry on for 3 turns. However, if there's a mayor in the game, you two will have to try and bring another target down to 3rd or 4th as a Sucker. If you're the mayor, you do that to 1st or 2nd. Now the Sucker is a funny role across the community, and I just love getting this role. Like, oh guys, we get to be the TNT. I can't believe this. But yeah, I do love playing as a Sucker. I put this in an S tier, not quite the peak of RPG, but it's still a funny role. Next is the Champion, which its only goal is to try and get the most minigame coins out of everybody. This can be seen at the start of the end of the game. It's basically just Villager, but you don't care about placement, you just want to win the minigames. So not Villager at all, but whatever. Alright, the board state doesn't even matter. It's quite a boring role, because you just want it to go to the minigame so you can try and win. And for that, I have to put it in F tier. I don't like it, but it kind of has to stay because, you know, If we didn't have a role like that, I don't know. What can you do else for the champion, you know? Next is the demon, which is the exact opposite of the angel. You have to bring a random target, you will know their role, you have to make them lose no matter what. Again though, if an angel is in the game, he will just compete in a 1v1, whoever wins is the one who's higher. Now, much like Assassin, I do enjoy ruining someone's day, but honestly I do quite like Angel a bit more, ironically, even though these two are like that. So I'm gonna put that in the peak of RPG, but below Angel. I don't know, I feel like just knowing somebody else's role and also helping them is better, but to try to make a first place where you don't know the role is like, eh. Next is the Jester. Their goal is to get last place, but every decision they make is completely random. So, say you have a split path. They can't choose that for themselves. They have to do a random generator. They just on their own decisions. If they land on chance time, it must be done blindfolded. This role is funny, especially on like Yoshi's Tropical Island, where you'll pay the swamp like a very random amount of coins, and it's very obvious what your role is. But yeah, Jester, it's not a fun role, but it's funny, and for that I had to put it in the top of C tier. Next is the Commoner, which, well, you're common. So at the very start of the game, where you would roll the turn order, that will decide how you play the game. If you're first, you want first place. If you're second, you want second place. If you're third, you want third place, and you guessed it, fourth place is last place. So you can be villager, or you can be Jester without the RNG, or you could be shyest, or you can be a completely new role and be different and go for third. It's a basic role, but I think it's still pretty niche, and for that I'd definitely give it a C tier. Next is the Criminal, which you get to steal somebody's role, keep it for yourself, and have the Game Master replace the target's role. You can choose whoever you want to steal from. You don't know their role before, but you can steal it for yourself, and that's how you win. If you win with the role, you get the both Criminal label and the role that you win with label. Just so, you know, Criminal's not a role that you just cannot win with by technicality. But yeah, say you swap a Sucker for, I don't know, a Commoner. You become Sucker and they'll be Commoner. You can't choose like what role they get. It'll be completely random. But yeah. Criminal, it's pretty funny seeing somebody's hopes and dreams get away on turn 4. So I'd have put that in A tier, just below, fucking what's it called? Show Off. Because it's very similar to Copycat, except instead of copying their role, you steal it and get them a new one. So yeah. If they're the target, if they're a targeting role, you literally have the exact same goal as them. Next is the Wildcard, which is basically just Assassin and Knight mixed into one. You get a target, and you can choose if you want to bring the last or bring the first. And you'll probably guess where I'm gonna put this, right in the middle. I mean, it's the same role. We'll put it in S tier. You know, honestly, I'll put it above them, just because you can choose, and you can be like, ah, okay, well this one's closer, you know. Next is the Shyest, which is goal is to get second place, because it's too shy to get first. It's just second place. It's just second place. Next is the Lover role, and you might see that that's the Toadette, and yeah, you just know I made this role. But the Lover has a target, and they want their target to stand beside them in the rankings. So, if you and your target are first and second, second and third, third and fourth, or fourth and first, you win. And this is an interesting role, because you do, I'm pretty sure you have an item restriction. Yes, you do. You have an item restriction. But honestly, I just love being this role. Not that it's just Toadette, but I don't know, I just like, aww, how lovely. So I'm not gonna put it in the top peak of RPG, but I'm definitely gonna put it in between these two. Next is the Thief, which its goal is to steal the most amount of times than anybody else in the game. So, if you encounter Boo and you steal even just 7 coins, or a star, or just whatever, you go to Boo, that'll add 1 to your counter. If you go to Chance Time, if somebody loses out on something, doesn't matter if you receive or somebody else receives, as long as just one person, except yourself of course, loses something, that adds 1 to your counter. If you visit King Boo on Horrorland, however, the amount of people that you steal from, whether it be a 1, 2, or 3, that will add 1 to 2 or 3 to your counter. So if you have 150 coins, you probably don't want to steal just 2 people's stars, since placement does not matter. This is a fun roll. I do like getting this one. This one is like, okay, I got it all planned out. Try and get to the booth, just try and loot that area, try and get there quickest. It's very fun, and for that I had to put it, above Sucker in S tier. I do like it quite a lot. Next is the Sidekick, which is the opposite of Tamer. It has a different item restriction, but it requires you to place below your target. So if they get second, as long as you're third or fourth, you win. For example, it's just Tamer but better, honestly. It's just Tamer but better. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. Next is the add-on, which its only goal is to just get at least 1 out of the 2 bonus stars. It's a good roll. Well, it's just show off, but I'd say slightly easier. But also, the bonus stars are completely random, so you don't know what you're gonna get. But this one is a fun roll. I do like getting this one. It is very similar to show off, so I'll put it slightly below, but it's definitely a good roll. I don't know what to say about it though. Next is the Mayor, where basically, if a sucker is not in the game, your goal is to get first place, and you have an assistant which you can choose one decision for them at just anywhere in their turn. You can do this before turn 14. As you're like labeled as the mayor, you can't steal stars from Boo. So if someone goes towards Boo and you see that someone's in first place, you might want to do that. I do like getting this roll. I do like kind of like saying, oh hey, I'm the mayor, teehee. Things like that. I like to, a little tip, I like to wait till they have like 1 or 2 items that I can easily manipulate. Let's say they have a custom dice, land on Bowser. That's what I want you to do. Or near the Boo, land that event space. You're not getting the night Boos. So something like that. Or like using the warp block, for example. Because you have so much power, I'll put this at the top of A tier, just because I think Sucker is more funny. That's the reasons why it's an S and not A. But yeah. Next is the Trickster, and before I get on to what that does, you see all these other rolls here. These are what we call tricked rolls. And as you might guess, the Trickster is responsible for these. Hey, post promise here, I forgot to say that there is a special rule with these tricked rolls where you might start with one of these. So basically at the start of the game, when the GM decides all the rolls, because they spin the wheel, they will also spin a second wheel deciding if one of these rolls starts at the tricked roll. So, you'll spin the 4 rolls, then spill the tricked wheel. There is a 5% chance, or like one of the rolls is a tricked roll. So, we might start off with a rook, might start off with a noble. Things like that. So, yeah, I kind of forgot to say that. Now, I do want to point out that we don't have a wildcard tricked roll, because this is a tier list before 4.0 is coming out, and we are currently working on that. But we are working on a wildcard tricked roll, so yeah, we are going to be doing that. But anyway, so yeah, these are the tricked rules. Sometimes they'll just straight up reverse the normal rule. For example, villager, who want to get last place. Or they'll like create something completely new, but we'll get into those. First is the trickster. You choose a target on turn 4, and that player will have his role tricked. You will then get their original role. Say for example, you trick someone with the sidekick. You'll get the exact same target, and just goal as them. They will then turn to the tricked version of sidekick. And you both, they don't know who tricked them, but you do, because you're the trickster. This one is a fun role to get. It definitely creates a lot of spice in the game, and for that, I had to give it the peak of RPG, about around here. Yeah, that works. So, first up we have the zombie. This role requires you to get last place, but you must always go the direction of the star. And if you have enough coins to buy the star, you must buy it. Same with stealing a star as well, but you don't have to go to the boo, because you're more focused on Toadette, because she's so beautiful and sexy. It's just Villager, but slightly better, and Jester, but slightly better. So I put this at the top of B tier, because it's nothing special like Villager. Next is the Comedian. You must get first place, but you have random decisions, and you must do chance time blindfolded. This is a very hard role. Getting first place with complete RNG decisions is near to impossible. Especially with all these other roles going on, you don't know what to expect. You just gotta hope that things go your way. Obviously, you'll have to do whatever you want in minigames, so at least you have that. Like, including item minigames as well. But on the board state, you cannot make decisions for yourself, unless it's like a mayor, but that's still not for yourself. So yeah, this is a very hard role, and I think it's slightly worse than Jester because of that. But it's honestly, it's just not fun, but it definitely is a hard role. This will never get changed. Next is the Sinner. Now we did have a role like this called the Rotten role. Has some conflict with that because of the copycat. And we can't add it now because, you know, Trickster and all that. Anyway, the Sinner, basically, you want to get last place. You're the exact same as, like, Zombie, but you want to be toxic. You can still be nice, it is an option, but you will kind of get bonus points, say, if you use cursed dice and whatnot. Again, it's literally just Zombie, but like it kind of encourages you to be a bit toxic, so it is literally the exact same. These two are I'm just gonna put it in front just because, you know, haha funny, but they're literally the exact same role. Technically. Just a different description. Oh, and I guess you still get to know someone else's role, so for that I guess I'll bump it up. But yeah. Next is the Spender. The exact opposite of Treasurer. You want to have the least amount of coins, and you are not allowed to steal stars. I don't think there's a rule saying you cannot buy stars, but I'm too lazy to check right now. I'll let you know using the card. But yeah, Spender, it's just Treasurer, but you want to lose. Next is the Fell Off. You want the least amount of crowns. It's the exact same as the Show Off, like as in terms of, you know what the minuses and what added. So you want to spam as many stickers as possible so you get -1, as many battle space as possible, you know, things like that. And it does require a lot more luck than Show Off, but honestly I think it makes it more fun in this case. So yeah, we're gonna put it there. Next is the Newbie. And seeing as just losing every single minigame is way too easy, why don't we make this a little bit interesting? At the end of the game, you will choose a person that you think you copied the role of. Seeing as Champion used to be Luigi's role, we felt this made sense. So, you know, you're a newbie, you're not sure how the game works. And that's the reason why you think you're gonna follow somebody. So say you try to copy who you think is the knight. You know, you see Yoshi trying to bring Daisy up to first place. You decide to do the same thing. Daisy ends up in first place before the bonus stars. You say, okay, I think I was copying Yoshi, because he was the knight. Then the rules will get revealed, and you will see if you were right. You don't have to be right about what your target is, you just need to hope that whoever you picked, they run with their role, and if so, you run with it too. So it's like copycat, but you don't know, and honestly that makes it much better. I'm gonna put this above the add-on. Not above criminal though. Actually, no, I don't go above retail. Look at that difference though. That is an insane difference with just one difference. If it was the least amount of in-game codes, it would be below it, because it's just easier. Next is the realist, which you don't want any bonus stars at all. Any bonus stars and you instantly lose. Yeah, it's okay. I'll put it like here. No, we're doing here. Next is the citizen. If you have caused anybody to lose something before turn 420, if that's possible, if you have done that, then that's fine, because you were a thief at the time. But from turn 4, or like as soon as you get the roll to the end of the game, if you cause somebody to lose something at all, you instantly lose. It's better than thief. I think it's better than, you know what? It's the peak of RPG. Just kidding. No, wait, no. Actually, I changed my mind. I just realized. There we go. That's much better. Next, we have the donator. Seeing as you're a donator, you don't steal their role. You simply offer it. Well, you don't offer it to them directly. You have to tell the GM, oh, I want to donate to that person. They won't know the role before accepting. So it's a bit of a gamble. But let's say you have a role that you already won with, and you know, okay, I just want a role that I haven't won with yet, so I'll go for it. Boom, you become their role and they become a new role. But what if the target's like, actually, I'm fine with my role? Well, you're just village, you're just zombie. I think it's gonna go just above the newbie. Next we have the Shire. You want 3rd place. That's it. It's just the same as Shire's. I feel like it's 2nd place more. This is the Commoner. I think you can guess where this goes and what that's like. Next is the Blower. Why did I name it that? See, I named most of the trick rolls. Why did I name it Blower? We're not going back now, we've gone too far. The Blower. You want to get last place, and your abilities only work if you're in 3rd or 4th. Unlike with Sakura, it only works for the 2nd. However, if a mirror is in the game, and one of you get tricked, both of you are. You must try and bring the trickster down to first or 2nd, and the retributive villain must try and bring the trickster to 1st or 2nd. No, 3rd or 4th, sorry. I got mixed up. The trickster wins if they help the person that they tricked. So say they tricked the sucker, they want the sucker to win. So they're going to try and help them. Both of them don't know which one of them they tricked. They just know that they're both tricked. And the 3 of them just know what's going on. Well, the 4th person just left confused. They're just a lonely, like, assassin trying to bring... Yeah. This is a good role. Because it's just sucker, right? But slightly better, in my opinion. In fact, this goes above Citizen, I'd say. Next is the Assistant. It's just Rook. No, I mean, it's just Knight. I'm fucking stupid. It's just Rook. And then you go here. Wait, hold on. Yeah. The Rook has the better name. The Knight has the better name. I'm sorry. Next, we have the Deity. this is Angel, essentially. This is just the Angel role. However, if Angel's in the game, you get tricked. Both of them are. The Trickster, Deity, and Fallen Angel both want to try and place below all three of them, or the two of them. Whoever is the lowest in the rankings wins. These two will both just go in S tier. I do like the name Deity more, so yeah. Plus, no, they're going to Peak Up RPG. What am I saying? They're going to Peak Up RPG. Yeah, there we go. Next is the Doppelganger, which the copycat, but you're the tricked version of your target's role. Now this is where things get a little bit complicated, so listen up. If the trickster targets the copycat and makes him the doppelganger, their target of the doppelganger is the normal role. So let's just say for example, you're copying the shyest. You want to get third place, while a trickster and the shyest both are trying to get second place. However, if the trickster goes for the copycat's target, makes them the shyer, then you and the trickster are both going to go for second, and the shyer is going to go for third. You do not copy the tricked target unless you're doppelganger, which there can't be two. So yeah, doppelganger is quite a bit complicated, but you'll figure it out when you play it in a game. And honestly, just knowing that somebody has copied your target instead of you, okay, well, I get the easier end of the stick, right? I don't have to do what they do. So I think this goes just above the newbie. No, just below. What am I saying? Next is the hater. You have the same item restrictions as lover, except you want to be away from your partner. If you and your partner get first and fourth, second and fourth, or first and third, you win. Now I don't know if you're thinking, lover also has first and fourth as their win. How does that make sense? Well, I see as first and fourth, it's technically together, right? But also, it's technically the furthest apart. I think that's pretty fair. Come on, cut the love with some slack here, okay? Honestly, this one's funnier. Like, get the hell away from me, you smell, bro. Let's do the retributive villain first, since we have Soccer. Yeah, I'll just kind of do that, I guess. I don't know. Next, we have the pet and the hero. Now, they're not the exact same as Sidekick and Tamer, because the pet has to have their target be above them, but they have the Tamer restrictions, and hero has the Sidekick restrictions, but to place the target below them. So it is slightly different. But yeah, no, we're gonna do this because they're not quite built like. They're meant for Psychic and Tamer. So yeah, that's why they go below them. But yeah, this is my Mario Party RPG version 3.1 tier list. This has been quite long, and we still have the others to get through. So, let's get to them. Hey guys, so I did quite a silly thing. I underestimated how long this video would be. So, I'm actually just gonna do the submissions in the next video in the future, because this has already taken quite a while. Since I've already explained all the roles, I won't need to explain them in the next video really, so I'll just be able to do them all in one. So yeah, this is taking quite a while, But hey, I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you want to join the server, link in the description. The Google Doc will also be linked in the description in case you want to have your own little ponder at the roles. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!